So we gonna use the last topic to segue into our next conversation. Apparently, Jimmy and Jey Uso are about to be reunited as a tag team. And for me, I just don't understand what the hell the WWE are thinking about. If you ask me, I think this is a slap in the face to Jey Uso and everything that he's accomplished over the past 5 years. It's not easy to go from a tag team to being a big star as a singles competitor. And the WWE should know that just about better than anybody. One thing that's interesting about Jey Uso's rise to being a big star is the fact that he was a part of one of the biggest storylines in WWE's history. And that's Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. So even though we could look at that as a high spot in Jey Uso's career, because it certainly was, we could also say that the WWE had to do just about everything imaginable to get Jey Uso to superstar status. This wasn't just a mid-card storyline. This was one of the biggest storylines that we've seen from this company. It was also the longest reign for a world champion as well as the tag team champions, which the Usos had that honor at that time. So we've already seen what the Usos can do. Why are we even teasing this right now? Because unless this is just a one-time thing, this is a slap in the face to everything that Jey Uso has built since he's went solo in his wrestling career. I think the thing that pisses me off about seeing the Usos potentially being reunited is the fact that the WWE doesn't even have a real plan for the tag team division. We don't have any real tag teams in the WWE. And I'm not trying to knock any of the guys that are tag teams in that company, but we just got to go ahead and call a spade a spade. The WWE has done a terrible job when it comes to crafting tag teams, and especially when it comes to making their existing tag teams any type of stars. You have a few tag teams there, but it's zero star power. And that's because the attention to detail in that division, it just doesn't exist. So what the hell are the Usos even gonna do if they're reunited as a team? Of course they're gonna have this match with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Okay, cool. Y'all act like we just didn't see Jey Uso and Roman Reigns have that same match. So even just the psychology of that seems pretty damn dumb to me. We just saw this already. And now you're gonna replace Roman Reigns with Jimmy Uso? You're gonna take the biggest star in the company and switch it up with Jey Uso's big brother? What the hell are y'all thinking about, and why do you think that's a great idea? Like I say, it's cool for a one-time match, but I just know the WWE a little bit too well. And this is something that's already been talked about in rumors and reports, that the company wanted to go this direction and put this team back together. The company was really hitting a home run with Jey Uso. This is not make-believe and is nobody's imagination. Jey Uso has done something that very few wrestlers have been able to accomplish, and that's get the fans completely on his side. And that's also to have one of the best entrances in the company right now, because you have complete and full crowd participation, something that you're rarely getting from any other wrestler on the roster. Let's not forget the fact that Jimmy Uso was supposed to be a singles competitor as well. So to me, the WWE hasn't even completed that mission. The fact that creative couldn't even figure out a way to get Jimmy Uso off the ground concerns me a lot when we're gonna move forward with this tag team again. You don't have any opponents for the Usos to work with. We just talked about how the Street Profits are being teased to split up. So just that alone eliminates one of the only tag teams that could have had a real feud with the Usos. This is why I'm not understanding. I thought 1 + 1 = 2. How is this something that professionals are not seeing? Even just the psychology of that. Right now, at the exact time that you're reuniting the Usos, you're just about to break up the Street Profits. One of the only teams that could have an exciting match with the Usos in this day and age. What the hell sense does that make? Especially when we look to the fact that there are no legitimate tag teams on the roster for the Usos to have any type of real tag team match against. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are not a real tag team. And from what we've seen with the company, they have no clue on how to construct a real tag team. So forgive me for feeling this way, but I almost feel like this is a sabotage for the Usos. This is a cheap way out because that company doesn't know what the hell to do with Jey Uso. Even though he's carefully spent these past 5 years getting that character to where it needed to be. That's all I see from this situation. This is a cop-out, and it's the easy way out. Now, in the sake of being professional and fair, the only thing that could salvage this situation is if the WWE really pulls the trigger with this heel turn for Jey Uso. This is something that I didn't see coming, and it might be the only thing that could save Jey Uso as well as his brother Jimmy Uso. I still don't want to see them together as a tag team, but if we're going to go the direction that Jey Uso will now be the villain in the WWE, I think that's something that has potential, especially if you're going to have Jimmy Uso just aid and assist, just be an enforcer for his little brother. Because I felt like that's something that should have already happened when Jey Uso was the World Heavyweight Champion. But now the WWE could pick up the pieces and finally do the right thing. They finally can be creative and give us a different look at a team that we've seen in this company already for 15 years. Jey Uso should still be main event Jey Uso, but he should be doing the things that we saw on the past Monday Night Raw when he speared LA Knight. This is the direction that we need to go for Jey Uso, and it wouldn't be a bad move for Jimmy Uso. If we look at the history of that family, most of the athletes and competitors from that bloodline are just better as villains, whether we talk about Umaga or otherwise. So this is the only thing that gives us any type of hope when it comes to the Usos, because as of right now, I think we're moving backwards and that this is a complete slap in the face to everything Jey Uso has done. Because after all of this hard work to be a singles competitor, what good does that do Jey Uso to be a tag team again? Especially in a company that doesn't believe in tag team wrestling. If we look at the WWE over the past 4 years, that's all of the proof that we need. There's been no real tag team classics, and there's been no true tag team champions. That title just comes and goes as it pleases. The tag team division should be just as vital as any other division in that company. So again, hopefully Jey Uso does do a heel turn. And I hope that they really take Jey Uso serious and that he goes back to compete for the World Heavyweight Championship with his brother watching his back. Because if we're not doing that, the last 5 years of Jey Uso's career has just been a waste of time.